what is Nazi? Nazi. Nazi. Okay, Nazi. Okay.
I don't speak your language. You should speak English.
Maybe you might want to go to Rome.
Not because you spent 2 days in Germany, you're going to throw yourself out of the German. You're not. Just so you know. I hate to burst your bubble.
No, I'm just saying that I don't speak your language. I'm not from.
You've literally been in Germany for like a few months, dude. You cannot tell me German. Bro.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God, I cannot believe this. You can be racist as much as you want.
Your camera rivals. Okay, I'm sorry.
I went to the...
Shut up, bro. You have the worst. Where are you from, you fucking Becky? Shut up, I'll fucking do more with your mom.
He's actually from Egypt. He basically did not find a job in Egypt, so he basically
Sorry to hear
traveled
that,
to
bro.
Germany
Oh, you're a Muslim? You're a fake African? That believes in African gods? Wait, you're a fake African that believes in African gods. That makes
It's like my ex.
Do you know your pharaoh gods were black, right? So you're basically racist to your own gods.
Okay, there is no concrete evidence of them being black.
Okay, well, some of them obviously were. But like, can you look at Buddha?
Okay, guys. No, we're not going to listen. Don't talk to anyone here. You're literally distorting the picture of Egyptians out there, and I'm one of those people. So I'm not gonna allow you to distort the image of my country, little shit that went to Germany for 2 days. This guy went to Germany. Fuck your country. This guy went to Germany for 2 days and he put the flag on his bio on Instagram. I can't believe
They probably hated him when they were over there.
Never thought that. Come on. You're going to be extradited back to the country pretty soon. Mark my words. I'm not a camera writer. Even if I was a camera writer, I'm better than you still. At least I'm an expat, not a fucking immigrant. I don't think Rose can sleep anymore. I think Rose is bad. You have a what, passport? You have a red passport?
This room got really ethnic really fast.
Yeah.
No, it's not ethnic, Diego. It's not. It's just guys and peasants. What are cowards? I'm sorry, what? What are...
Are you fucking retarded? What fucking animals do that in Egypt, you fuckface?
Guys, mind you, this guy just literally traveled from Egypt to Germany, and he's forgotten that he comes from Egypt. Can you imagine?
What, do you guys have horses in Egypt, you retard?
No, I don't know what the fuck he's up to.
You guys eat camel humps in fucking Egypt too, you fuckface. Why are you acting stupid? Hey, we ride the camels, but over there from where you're from, you fucking eat them, huh?
I don't understand, but where I'm from, I've never seen a camel.
If I'm a faggot, then why'd I lay on your mom's milk?
I don't give a shit.
You know why? You know why I'm being so mean to you? Because you're fucking.
No.
The way you speak, you just want me to lay down your mom.
Abby, this guy had a camel from midwife when he was getting birth. Oh my God, I don't know it. Yeah, I don't know.
Just learn English at fucking alphabet or some shit.
You don't speak German either, by the way. You're German as shit. You just learned
You speak Arabic now? What are you, a camel rider?
You're fleshy. You're fleshy. That's all he knows, a little piece of shit.
You sound like you just took it from your uncle, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Hi everyone.
Were you molested as a child? Yeah, we are arrested.
What are you collaborating on about?
I have no idea.
We only said I can feel like the victim.
Exactly, you know when you get sedated in the hospital? That's exactly what happened with that. That's sedation.
Hi, everyone.
We don't know what you were saying. We have no idea. That's the thing.
That's fine.
What's up, bro?
Introduce yourself.
What would you say, Rosie?
You said
When you have to have the word count in an essay.
Somebody mentioned.
Rosie, what was it?
Oh, was it Abby?
Oh yeah, you guys can call me Babe, or you can call me Alec.
Oh, Alec. Perfect. Abby, Alec. Okay.
Is that AI voice? Rosie?
What is happening to the
Are you making AI voice?
What did you just say? He has a
The waters are getting stagnant in nature.
Someone said, do you have an AI voice, Rosie?
That's what they kick me out. They're like, bitch, get out, you white bitch. And you sound like a good voice.
Might sound like a human voice.
I'm not sure about that.
This name, where are you from?
Oh my gosh, I hate saying it right now because this
She's
is
from the garbage of history, Alexander.
I'm from Alexandria, Egypt. Oh my gosh, bro, this guy right next to me right now, who's actually from Egypt, who was born and raised in Egypt, is denying his heritage, where he comes from, just because he went to Germany for 2 days. You went to Germany for 48 hours, bro. Bro, you stepped in the airport and you deleted your fucking Instagram profile. Oh, really? In Palestine? Iraq, right? Iraq.
No, both houses.
Where are you from? Abby?
I'm from Lebanon.
Oh, I love Lebanese. Oh my, I love Lebanese people.
It's okay, I love you too.
No, for real, I have so many Lebanese friends. You have no idea.
Me too. I love most of these. I love Egypt.
But not that one. That bridge is near
Man, shut the fuck up. I'm talking to Tasneem for a second.
I've seen a lot of like Lebanese bitches or so.
He's not gonna hook up with you, Abraham.
Seriously, stop interrupting.
Literally,
Never mind your.
Damn.
Oh, are you from Norway?
Oh, you're from Norway? Oh, you're from Norway?
Yeah.
Yeah, come my friend.
Okay, I'm leaving that room. It is degraded. So what do you think? Do you think they're gonna take over California? Like and declare martial law? No, they haven't. It's not even close.
That it takes a lot for the Mexicans to lose their shit.
There was Mexican flags being flown in the streets. How do you feel about that, Diego?
Okay, what? I mean, you know, we didn't cross the border crossed us.
Make California Mexico again?
Well, like, it always has been. No, it takes a lot for them to lose. They don't jump out like a flash, you know? Like,
Yeah,
it's
let's
not
get the
like, oh, they killed somebody. Yeah, it's not like they just, oh, they killed somebody. Like, no, they literally, like, are supporting our family, you know?
Yeah. But you're safe,
It's not
right?
even about supporting them, it's about, like, the whole, like, I come in like the Gestapo and throw you in a van type of thing. That's the problem.
There was an ice van that ran over, but a man fell when he was like, I don't know, it was weird. And did y'all see that ice van that hit a
Yeah.
man?
Didn't even hit him. The fucking guy just fell backwards and knocked himself out. He jogged with it for like a good 30 seconds. This guy died. You know, he was trying to stop the car and he fell backwards while the car was, you know, basically kind of pushing him. But it's his own dumbass. You know, people fall and hit their head and die all the time.
He did that, he got us.
He did? I thought he died from that. Really? I'm pretty sure the article said he died.
No, I watched the video. I
Hang
saw
on,
the
I'll be right back. My audio is cracked.
Okay. It's just Kitover 16th now.
What are you doing today?
Working.
On what?
My freedom.
On Clownhouse, huh? That's nobody. Anybody who says, "Oh, I'm working," this is just background noise. They are the biggest liars.
It is just background noise for me.
Well, no, there are a bunch of people who have. I couldn't do it when I was working. I needed to focus on the task at hand.
Yeah.
I could not imagine. First of all, I met as a boss, and I saw someone working for me with their phone. You know, I'd be like, no.
I do that.
I know, but like music, that's one thing. But
Yeah.
people talking to their phone while they're working, like, no, I want your undivided attention.
I'm just a mall cop, man.
What?
I'm just a mall cop.
Yeah. Paul Blart. Right? Was that his name?
Yeah.
Hey, Tim.
Yeah, so yesterday was very difficult for me to hear all the Jewish people making. Never mind.
Yeah,
Just say
I
it,
understand
Gunga.
that. I understand that.
It was too much.
Don't live in the
If I didn't have
past.
a viral video, I would speak my mind use more freely.
Oh, you're restricted now.
Video, know that works. That's
What, Diego?
That's how you got yourself into the video, is by speaking freely.
I was trying to take a more nuanced issue. I think there were people a little bit more hardcore than me, and I was trying to.
I just felt like I
Right,
was
a bit.
speaking to the settlers that harass and burn the lands, but on Clubhouse.
You know, these are settler wannabes, and no one in this app is a settler burning down in their mind.
But the divorce almost there. Yeah. Daniel's almost there, though. You know it.
Who?
Daniel's on the payroll.
He's not on the payroll.
It was Norm. And then,
No, these are low hearts.
What's wrong with being a settler? I mean, it's a valid question. I mean, what do you think America is?
Kitover is against international law, the settlements.
I know, you know, but America didn't belong to the settlers. It belonged to the people that they ran off the land.
Negro.
You must have the N-word Tourette syndrome.
Yeah, you know, there's one key, like, it is one paragraph long, and it says, you know, creating a homeland for Jewish people shall be done, which may, nothing, it should be clearly understood that nothing shall be done which may prejudice the civil and religious rights of existing non-Jewish communities in Palestine, or the right to political status enjoyed by Jews
I know
in any
that's
other
Ross Times
country.
letter, that's the letter, but the problem is it says non-Jewish, it doesn't even identify who they are.
Well, that's everybody who's not Jewish.
Everyone else wants to.
Yeah, I know, but the language itself is telling on it, it's telling
No, it's
the
just
way
saying
that
that you
it's
can't
No,
do it.
it's written to Jews, and they're saying that you can't fuck a non-Jew. That's what it says.
No, it's saying, look, I'll read it in its entirety, because this is one paragraph,
I-
it's 30 seconds long. His Majesty's government view with favor the establishment in Palestine of a national home for the Jewish people, and will use their best endeavors to facilitate the achievement of this subject, okay? It being clearly understood that nothing shall be done which may prejudice the civil and religious rights of existing non-Jewish communities in Palestine. So they want to do something, but not at the expense of other people. That's pretty simple and even-handed.
Okay, so what has occurred?
No, you said what about the Balfour Deck? I'm just speaking to the Balfour Deck.
Yes,
so
so
throw it up.
what has happened in reality?
I wanted something to, yeah.
I don't want to get it. I don't want to rehash this again. We've gone down this road a billion times.
Hold on, I wanted to do some comments about.
Story.
Hold on, I'm finding it.
Everybody calm down.
Yeah.
Reading a norm.
So Nora, you don't want to speak your mind. You want to speak when spoken to, as
Yes,
a
sir.
good woman would.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I didn't say
Speaking
that.
your mind is exactly how you ended up in that mess.
You are right.
And,
Well,
and the reason is, go ahead, Diego.
No, speaking doesn't get you into the mess.
Women are not good at reasoning. So the more they open their mouth, the more foolish they look.
But again, talking doesn't get you into that problem.
No, the expression is, you see that fish on that wall there? You know how it got there? It opened its mouth.
Can't hear you, man.
Whether or not she lunged out and reached at some guy, she was still, the video was still going to get the exact same point of view. The speech matters.
Yeah, speech. Yeah, but not from a legal standpoint. You can't get arrested for speech.
Effectively in America, you can now.
You can't. Yeah, if you can make a specific threat against a specific individual at a specific time. That's the Supreme Court test.
Nora, have you had anybody come up to you and say, "Are you Nora from that video?"
No, because it doesn't look like me.
What was bad?
It's been 48 hours.
No, that's, she's admitting to being a catfish is basically what she just said.
Nora, it's
No,
been
it's
at
opposite.
least 48 hours since the good news come through.
No, I don't have any answers.
Since what? 48 hours? What time? Yeah, I couldn't hear you.
So Tim, what's it like having a midlife crisis and buying another car that you don't need?
Jews have to do with this.
Juju. Juju.
Yeah, two Jews. Whatever.
Not true. Juju. It's bad karma. It's bad, like,
I know, fucking around. Yeah,
I like my juice.
Yeah, so you can get
Orange, I like them orange juice.
You know, like juice and pears. What?
That's, hey, more the merrier. Squeeze them all.
Diego became Jewish.
You know, I get $500 finder's fee if he confirms. So, can I
If
claim
you
part of
did,
that?
you don't see his profile picture?
Oh, yeah, it's that same guy from the 1950s.
Okay, PTR now.
Or he's on your side now, Coach.
Oh, yeah. Well, wait, he's not wearing a yarmulke. He's half on her side. Put a yarmulke. What happened? Come on, put a yarmulke on.
Hey, where's the black cube?
He's right there.
Really? Oh, okay. Okay. I'm trying it. I'm not thinking fucking killed.
Yeah, don't get killed over a Jew.
Over a black cube?
We have a phrase in my country which says, closed mouth does not, flies come in.
Wait, I never heard that phrase. I live in...
Oh, keep my mouth closed now.
It's a Spanish game.
Wait, I thought you were from the U.S. Born in the U.S.?
Yes, but it's like, the difference is that I don't like, yeah, I understand when people say, where do you come from? I understand what those questions mean. Like,
I know,
where is that?
in my country, like, I'm assuming you were
He's
from
got multiple
this
identities.
place.
The Jews have a homeland, right? So does he.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm an American, not an Israeli.
Did you see that in Spain, Yakov, they started putting free Gaza on the lights, traffic lights?
Do you believe
Yeah,
I saw
Mark
that
Malone.
it's real?
Oh yeah, I took a bus. I was in like a bad part of town today, and I took a lot of photographs of like Palestinian girls where you saw.
Oh, Tim, I forgot to ask you. So, what's the deal? Are you guys on the brink of civil war, like in the actual Ireland? Like,
No, what's going on?
good. It's all over the news. Like the people are fighting the cops.
Oh, in Ireland?
Yeah, over the Muslim thing.
Good. Yeah, but that'll be outside. That'll be in Mexico for us.
Yeah. No, but they're saying on the news that they're on the brink of civil war.
Good.
It's funny,
Then they need to aim their fire at food matters.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
is it okay if I speak, Master Diego?
Oh wow! Diego, you have conditioned this one quite well. Congratulations.
Well, the question is, has he been called professor yet?
All Diego's communication is explosive.
That's right.
This is so
Hey,
true.
if anyone has hypnotized someone in this app, it's Diego hypnotized Nora. Right?
Diego, if you think about
Nora
it,
literally was not herself, right?
Diego, you foreshadowed that. You foreshadowed that event. You sent me a video of a crazy girl in a car screaming. Do you remember when you sent me that?
No.
You were like, I found Nora, and it was recorded in her house.
To ignore it.
You put it in my head. Yeah, folks, I want to read to you about what you said from the Balfour Declaration. So this is from Khalidi. He writes, significantly, the overwhelming Arab majority of the population, around 94% at that time, was unmentioned by Balfour, except in a backhanded way as the, quote, existing non-Jewish communities in Palestine. They were not described in terms of what they were not. They were described in terms of what they were not, and certainly not as a nation or a people. The words Palestinian and Arab do not appear in the 67 words of the Declaration. This overwhelming majority of the population was promised only civil and religious rights, not political or national rights. By way of contrast, Balfour ascribed national rights to what he called the, quote, Jewish people, who in 1917 were a tiny minority, 6% of the country's inhabitants.
It was not written for Palestinians. It's not meant to be fucking offered them. You know, it doesn't matter if it offends, right? It wasn't meant for Palestinian eyes.
Yeah, exactly.
So why the fuck are Palestinians getting upset with the fucking wording to Jews? It said non-Jews. So they're communicating to the Jew, anybody that's not Jew shall not be infringed, basically.
Right. They're telling you you can do something, but not at the expense of these other people.
6% of them.
Well, it turns out to be 11% after Jordan was cleaved off. But yeah, at that time it was 6.5%. But ultimately it was 11% of the area west of the Jordan River.
Okay, so I'm going to bring up a proper term. The intent was that Palestinians on themselves, right, to be untouched, unharmed.
To do what they wanted.
That's right. So what ended up happening?
Yeah, the audience to this letter was told, here's what we think we're supporting, but you can't run hog wild at the expense of the other people. It's exactly protecting the other people.
That's right. But then they started bombing the Kitover hotel, and they didn't give a shit.
Well, that was...
That's right.
Okay, back to California.
They invented modern terrorism, and the very people were elected in the government.
A lot earlier than that.
1940s, bro.
Oh, it goes back.
Actually, modern terrorism was invented by the Bolsheviks in the Russian Revolution. You should know a little.
And it goes back earlier than that.
You mix that to the Jews as well?
Open a book.
There were people advertising the Romans. There were people advertising the Romans.
Buy a
Colonial
book.
times when the Romans were there.
Modern terrorism was invented by El Nostro's nose.
Oh no.
Clubhouse is now it terrorizes cocaine. People who read books and people who like animals like this. Like you plagiarize books, you coward, when you know it. Is it reading down at Rikers Island? It definitely isn't. Feeding time your rabbi's mikvah. He's looking for little boys. Your baloney stand. Hungry. Hungry for little boys. They're hungry for little boys. Time to start the bubble bath at the mikvah. Feeding time. They're undress time. Come on now. Jump up in there with the little boys. It's the Epstein bath. It's the Epstein bath. Come on, jump up in there, Nasser, with your leopard skin speedos. Jump up in there with your leopard skin speedos. Come on here. Does it have the tassels on the side of them, by the way? No, that's illegal. Come on,
Oh man.
When he shakes, he just does a little jingle. Thank you for our correspondent from Rikers Island.
Hey.
From the synagogue of Rikers Island. You can have another bologna sandwich. I'm reporting straight from the synagogue of Rikers Island.
Resistance, are African Americans the true black Hebrew Israelites?
Why would I give a fuck if they are or not?
I'm just asking you.
Nah, they're just colonizers they're probably colonizers like the European Jews.
What's your religious background, Resistance?
Islam.
Oh, you're a Muslim?
Now, before you reverted.
He's a violent criminal, actually.
I didn't really particularly have a faith. I had whatever my parents told me
He's
to do.
also an informant, by the way, for the FBI.
Ooh, he's a snitch.
Catholicism.
He's a snitch. He's a professional snitch.
Yeah.
Oh, so does he rat on? Who does he rat on? Muslim Islamic terrorists?
Hold on. I'm the one who brought down the whole Jewish ring of the organ sellers and child pornography. I brought them down. I'm the one who testified against the Jews. I'm the one who brought down the Jews.
Okay.
Yes.
How old were you when you reverted?
16.
Did you just recently march for Malcolm X?
Your parents' permission? Like,
You didn't go to the Malcolm X march in Brooklyn?
Parents are dead. Come on. My parents are living well and great.
Absolutely true.
Swear on the ship. Swear on the ship.
Rumble.
Swear on the ship.
Square Park. Is there going to be a 2.0 version of that? Or?
For what? His nose could be
You mean
flying.
street?
Yeah. I gotta understand. He was scared, man. He's a lot of drugs.
Remember the fact Kyle was hiding on 11th Street inside of the toilet? Remember that?
Hold on. I think I got the pictures. I still got the picture of him that day.
That was embarrassing.
Nostra was so high that day, and he was with a tranny.
I think it's not.
I'm asking somebody who can't find Washington.
I was gonna clean my roof.
Everyone can find it now.
That's right.
No, he couldn't find it. It was on
I was gonna go on mute.
It was on What's that? It's not on A.
Yeah, below it. My mom is illiterate. University.
Yeah, I used to terrorize people in that park all the time.
Are you going to do it again? Are you going to do it again, Ethan?
You know, I retired. I was in the National
Are you
Analyst.
committing crimes now?
No, I don't commit crimes.
Well, what about the one where you hit Joseph?
Yoko, do you know how the criminal jurisprudence system works in the United States,
What about
especially
that
in New
crime
York?
where you hit
He's not
the
the
Arab?
princess.
Joseph
Do
Hadad.
you know a little of the
Because
concept?
you thought he was a Jew. You thought Joseph Hadad was a Jew. Do you still think he's a Jew?
Yoko,
Do you still think he's a Jew?
Yaakov, whatever.
Wow,
Do you know a little bit how the jurisprudence and law works here in New York City? A little?
Just a little, yeah.
Okay, when someone accuses you of a crime, correct? And let's just per se the district attorney tries to pick up those charges and try to indict you. If 12, yes. If 12 jurors hears this case and they find that what you presented, your attorney of course, was to be the facts and they acquit you, what does that mean?
You're criminally innocent, but you can still be civilly guilty.
Oh, well, we're not talking about civil. We're not talking. We're just talking about what the facts are. Well, let's deal with the facts are for now. Because there's nothing civil happening. When Yosef Hadad got punched in the face,
Yeah.
he pressed charges.
Yes.
I was arrested,
And you did it, correct?
and I went to trial for the case.
Here.
The ultimate result of the case was an acquittal. What does that mean, Yoko?
He copped a plea. Tell the truth.
Yoko, what does it mean?
Tell the truth.
Can you explain it to El Nostrum?
You copped a plea. How you
Acquit you. What does that mean?
Didn't you think he was a Jew?
He is a Jew. He's an Israeli Jew.
No, he's a Christian.
No, he's not. He's an Israeli Jew.
He's an Arab Christian journalist. Look it up right now.
He's a coward Israeli
Can we
Jew.
look it up right now?
I need to look
About
something.
the case, so I can invest. So I can learn
Yes,
more
his name is Yosef Hadad, and this gentleman's name is Issa Egelat. Essaejelat.
And when you look it up, you'll see acquittal.
Hang on. He brought Joseph Hadad in the face from he surprised him.
Why are you trying to say it's over? No, I'm not struck him. I knocked his tooth out his mouth.
Right in his
I
face.
jawed him. Say what it is.
You're a violent criminal.
It's impossible. Then why was I acquitted?
And he was, excuse me.
Excuse me,
No,
why was I
absolutely.
acquitted if I'm violent?
Hang on, this is outside.
No. Answer the question. If I was acquitted, how am I violent? No. Answer the question, El Nashu. El Nashu, you gotta let the coke come out your nose.
Look it up.
If I was acquitted, how am I violent? Explain it, please.
You just said you're not.
Excuse me, Mr. Columbia University. If I was acquitted, how am I violent?
You just said you knocked his tooth out, didn't you?
Yeah, and that's called self-defense, according to what the jury thought.
You didn't mount the self-defense.
Then how did I get acquitted?
You contemplate. You were not acquitted.
You sound like a fool. I went to trial and says on the papers.
You did not go to trial. You don't have the papers. You're just a liar. You're just a violent criminal.
You can go to trial, and before the plea comes to a plea arrangement can be arranged. So you can go to trial.
We don't believe in pleas when we're fighting against terrorists.
I know, and I'm just saying, both
We're fighting against an Arab Christian.
An Arab terrorist, an Arab Jewish terrorist.
He's a Christian.
He's a Jew.
He's Joseph Haddad.
He's an Israeli, exactly. Joseph Haddad, an Arab Israeli Mossad agent. Joseph Haddad is an Israeli Mossad agent. He got his jaw tapped.
An Arab Christian journalist.
And I beat the case. And guess what else? I had a Jewish lawyer. And I gave him my lawyer's name before. He knows it. I use my homies, the Jews, to beat the Jews.
He's not a Jew. He's a Christian Arab.
I use the Jews to beat the Mossad agent from Israel.
Wait, he's not a Mossad agent. What's your lawyer's name?
He is a Mossad agent.
What's your lawyer's name?
You don't remember?
What's your lawyer's name?
I'm not telling you again. I already told you before.
You don't remember.
Of course I do. He's a great Jewish lawyer. He's one of the best actually in Manhattan. He's done some of the greatest
What is
cases.
his name?
His most famous case, I'll give you a hint.
No, wait, what is
His most famous case was in the 80s.
What's his name?
I'm giving you a hint now, sir.
No, I don't need it.
You can look it up.
I don't think you
One of
remember his name.
his most famous case in New York City was in the 80s.
I think
And it
you
happened to
remember
do with,
his name.
in the 80s, there was a, this is how ironic this is, how crazy it is. A white Jewish man was in the train. He happened to have a closed firearm on him.
Crime.
And 4 guys tried to rob him. Very famous case, because he got them off.
You're going to commit one crime?
When they tried to rob him, he shot those 4 people in the train.
Follow the
And he was acquitted.
crime.
All those people that's not lawyers.
Are you going to follow? Are you going to commit more crime?
I am definitely to continue my diligence to beat the crap out of any Zionists who are harassing any pro-Palestinian protesters.
You're going to beat the crap out of Zionists, right?
Terrorists. Out of terrorists, yes.
No, you said Zionists.
Zionist terrorists.
So you're going to beat the crap out of Zionists, right?
Terrorists, yes.
You're going to beat the crap out of Zionists?
Out of terrorists, yes.
Which one?
Zionists are terrorists.
Hold on, but which one? Are you going to make a distinction? Are all Zionist terrorists or all terrorist Zionists?
All Zionists are terrorists.
So you're going to beat all Zionists.
But not all terrorists are Zionists.
You're going to beat all Zionists, correct?
All terrorists are not Zionists, but all Zionists are terrorists.
So you're going to beat all Zionist stuff, right?
Yeah, cool. Did you see that new poll?
That includes El Nostro, then.
Yes, El Nostro, definitely. He terrorizes on cocaine a lot.
You're going to beat all Zionists, Easter?
Did you see that new poll out of Israel? 83% agree with the genocide and that because it regardless.
Now, you were just talking, right? You're just a bully. You're not really going to bother anybody, right?
they didn't believe the war aims to be achieved.
You're not going to touch anybody, right? You're just
Well, hold on. That's what your people are always accused of. Don't try to put that on us. You're always touching somebody.
You're just a liar, right? You're not going to touch anybody, are you?
How I got acquitted. El Nostro, explain to the people how I got acquitted.
You've been arrested numerous times.
How did I get acquitted? Exactly. You could be arrested. That don't mean you're a crime.
Yes,
Anyone can get arrested. People get arrested for allegations. Doesn't make you a criminal. It doesn't make you anything. Just because the cops detain you,
you were caught on
does that mean you have committed a crime? Yes, it's called self-defense. Self-defense.
You didn't say it was self-defense.
Of course I did. How do you think I beat trial?
You didn't beat the trial.
Yaakov, you want to know the particulars? Because this is how ironic it is. 2 beautiful Jewish protesting women at Columbia University, they were the ones getting harassed by him initially. 2 white Caucasian Jewish women. Go look at the paperwork, you'll see
They came and testified how many beats he had.
No, they didn't.
He was violently disrespecting them with words, and as he was yelling at them, spit was coming out of his mouth, and that's what hit them. So when I got involved, yes.
Influenced by U.S. economic
The only word is silence. The only meaning of that word is not. Thoughts are false. Fatherhood is unity disguised as
for like
duality.
10 seconds. Okay?
Peace implies
That's who the fuck you are?
power.
That's what the fuck you
implies
want in
war.
your raggedy ass Discord?
Harmony
If that
implies
if so,
war.
I'm not a salesman anymore.
Victory
I'm not pushing your
implies
shit
war.
anymore.
Glory
You can get Shamos to push that shit in.
Foundation
Whatever,
implies war. Alas, for the kingdom wherein all these are at war. Chapter 6. Caviar. The word was uttered. The one exploded into 1,000 million worlds. Each world contained 1,000 million spheres. Each sphere contained 1,000 million planets. Each planet contained 1,000 million stars. Each star contained many thousand million things. Of these, the reasoner took 6, and, preening, said, "This is the one and the all." These 6 the adept harmonized, and said, "This is the heart of the one and the all." These 6 were destroyed by the master of the temple, and he spake not. The ash thereof was burnt up by the magus into the word. Of all this did the Obsessius know nothing. Chapter 7. The Dinosaurs. None are they whose number is 6, else were they 6 indeed. 7 are these 6 that live not in the city of the pyramids, under the night of Pan. There was Lao Tzu, there was Siddhartha, there was Krishna, there was Tahuti, there was Moshe, there was Dionysus, there was Mahmud. But the 7th men called Perdurabo, for enduring unto the end, at the end, was not to endure. Amen. Chapter 8. Steeped horsehair. Mind is a disease of semen. All that a man is or may be is hidden therein. Bodily functions are parts of the machine, silent unless in disease. But mind, never at ease, creaketh I. This I persisteth not, posteth not through generations, changeth momently, finally is dead. Therefore is man only himself, when lost to himself in the charioting. Chapter 9. The Brinks. Being is the noun, form is the adjective, matter is the noun, motion is the verb. Wherefore hath being clothed itself with form? Wherefore hath matter manifested itself in motion? Answer not, O silent one, for there is no wherefore, no because. The name of that is not known. The pronoun interprets, that is, misinterprets it. Time and space are adverbs. Duality begat the conjunction. The conditioned is father of the preposition. The article also marketh division, but the interjection is the sound that endeth in silence. Destroy thereof the 8 parts of speech. The 9th is nigh unto truth. This also must be destroyed, before thou enterest into the silence. Oh. Chapter 10. Whittle Straws. The abyss of hallucination has law and reason, but in truth there is no bond between the toys of the gods. This reason and law is the bond of the great lie. Truth, 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 crieth the Lord of the abyss of hallucinations. There is no silence in that abyss, for all that men call silence is its speech. The abyss is also called hell, and the many. Its name is consciousness and the universe among men. But that which neither is silent nor speaks rejoices therein. Chapter 11. The Glowworm. Concerning the holy 3 and naught, knew it, had it, Ra or Kuit, are only to be understood by the master of the temple. They are above the abyss, and contain all contradiction in themselves. Below them is a seeming duality of chaos and Babylon. These are called father and mother, but it is not so. They are called brother and sister, but it is not so. They are called husband and wife, but it is not so. The reflection of all is Pan. The night of Pan is the annihilation of the all. Cast down through the abyss is the light, the rosy cross, the rapture of union that destroys. That is the way. The rosy cross is the ambassador of Pan. How infinite is the distance from this to that, yet all is here and now. Nor is there any there or then, for all that is, what is it, but a manifestation, that is a part, that is a falsehood, of that which is not. Yet that which is not neither is nor is not that which is. Identity is perfect, therefore the law of identity is but a lie. For there is no subject, and there is no predicate, nor is there the contradictory of either of these things. Holy, holy, holy are these truths that I utter, knowing them to be but falsehoods. Broken mirrors, troubled waters, hide me, O Our Lady, in thy womb, for I may not endure the rapture. In this utterance of falsehood upon falsehood, whose contradictories are also false, it seems as if that which I uttered not were true. Blessed, unutterably blessed, is the last of the illusions. Let me play the man and thrust it from me. Amen. Chapter 12. The Dragonflies. I-O is the cry of the lower, as O-I of the higher. In figures they are 1001. In letters they are joy. For when all is equilibrated, when all is beheld from without all, there is joy, joy, joy that is but one facet of a diamond, every other facet whereof is more joyful than joy itself. Chapter 13. Pilgrim Talk. O thou that settest upon the path, false is the phantom that thou seekest. When thou hast it, thou shalt know all bitterness, thy teeth fixed in the Sodom apple. Thus hast thou been lured along that path, whose terror else had driven thee far away. O thou that stridest upon the middle of the path, no phantoms mock thee, for the stride's sake thou stridest. Thus art thou lured along that path, whose fascination else had driven thee far away. thou that draws toward the end of the path, effort is no more. Faster and faster dost thou fall. Thy weariness is changed into ineffable rest. For there is no thou upon that path. Thou hast become the way. Chapter 14. Onion Peelings. The universe is the practical joke of the general, at the expense of the particular. Quoth Frater Père Durabo, and laughed. But those disciples nearest to him wept, seeing the universal sorrow. Those next to them laughed, seeing the universal joke. Below these certain disciples wept, then certain laughed. Others next wept, others next laughed. Next others wept, next others laughed. Last came those that wept, because they could not see the joke, and those that laughed, lest they should be thought not to see the joke, and thought it safe to act like Frater Père Durabo. But though Frater Père Durabo laughed openly, he also at the same time wept secretly, and in himself he neither laughed nor wept, nor did he mean what he said. Chapter 15. The Gun Barrel. Mighty and erect is this will of mine, this pyramid of fire whose summit is lost in heaven. Upon it have I burned the corpse of my desire. Mighty and erect is this phallus of my will. The seed thereof is that which I have borne within me from eternity, and it is lost within the body of Our Lady of the Stars. I am not I am but a hollow tube to bring down fire from heaven. Mighty and marvelous is this weakness, this heaven which draweth me into her womb, this dome which hideth, which absorbeth me. This is the night wherein I am lost, the love through which I am no longer I. Chapter 16. The Stag Beetle. Death implies change and individuality. If thou be that which hath no person, which is beyond the changing, even beyond changelessness, what hast thou to do with death? The bird of individuality is ecstasy, so also is its death. In love the individuality is slain. Who loves not love? Love death therefore, and long eagerly for it. Die daily. Chapter 17. The Swan. There is a swan whose name is ecstasy. It wingeth from the deserts of the north. It wingeth through the blue. It wingeth over the fields of rice. At its coming they push forth the green. In all the universe this swan alone is motionless. It seems to move, as the sun seems to move. Such is the weakness of our sight. O fool, criest thou. Amen. Motion is relative. There is nothing that is still. Against this swan I shot an arrow. The white breast poured forth blood. Men smote me. Then, perceiving that I was but a pure fool, they let me pass. Thus, and not otherwise, I came to the temple of the Grail. Chapter 18. Dewdrops. Verily, love is death, and death is life to come. Man returneth not again, the stream floweth not uphill. The old life is no more, there is a new life that is not his. Yet that life is of his very essence. It is more he than all that he calls he. In the silence of a dewdrop is every tendency of his soul and of his mind and of his body. It is the quintessence and the elixir of his being. Therein are the forces that made him, and his father and his father's father before him. This is the dew of immortality. Let this go free, even as it will. Thou art not its master, but the vehicle of it. Chapter 19. The Leopard and the Deer. The spots of the leopard are the sunlight in the glade. Pursue thou the deer stealthily at thy pleasure. The dappling of the deer is the sunlight in the glade. Concealed from the leopard, do thou feed at thy pleasure. Resemble all that surroundeth thee, yet be thyself, and take thy pleasure among the living. This is that which is written, lurk, in the book of the law. Chapter 20. Samson. The universe is in equilibrium. Therefore he that is without it, though his force be but a feather, can overturn the universe. Be not caught within that web, O child of freedom. Be not entangled in the universal lie, O child of truth. Chapter 21. The Blind Webster. It is not necessary to understand. It is enough to adore. The God may be of clay. Adore him. He becomes God. We ignore what created us. We adore what we create. Let us create nothing but God. That which causes us to create is our true father and mother. We create in our own image, which is theirs. Let us create, therefore, without fear. For we can create nothing that is not God. Chapter 22. The Despot. The waiters of the best eating houses mock the whole world. They estimate every client at his proper value. This I know certainly, because they always treat me with profound respect. Thus they have flattered me into praising them thus publicly. Yet it is true, and they have this insight because they serve, and because they can have no personal interest in the affairs of those whom they serve. An absolute monarch would be absolutely wise and good, but no man is strong enough to have no interest. Therefore, the best king would be pure chance. It is pure chance that rules the universe. Therefore, and only therefore, life is good. Chapter 23. Skidoo. What man is at ease in his inn? Get out. Wide is the world and cold. Get out. Thou hast become an initiate. Get out. But thou canst not get out by the way thou camest in. The way out is the way. Get out. For out is love and wisdom and power. Get out. If thou hast tea already, first get UT, then get O, and so at last, get out. Chapter 24. The Hawk and the Blind Worm. This book would translate beyond reason into the words of reason. Explain thou snow to them of Andaman. The slaves of reason call this book abuse of language. They are right. Language was made for men to eat and drink, make love, do barter, die. The wealth of a language consists in its abstracts. The poorest tongues have wealth of concretes. Therefore have adepts praise silence. At least it does not mislead as speech does. Also, speech is a symptom of thought. Yet silence is but the negative side of truth. The positive side is beyond even silence. Nevertheless, one true God crieth Hriliu, and the laughter of the death rattle is akin. Chapter 25. The Star Ruby. Facing east, in the center, Draw deep, deep, deep thy breath, closing thy mouth with thy right forefinger, press against thy lower lip. Then, dashing down the hand with a great sweep back and out, expelling forcefully thy breath, cry, Apo Pantos Kakodemonos. With the same forefinger touch thy forehead, and say, Soy, thy member, and say, O Phale, thy right shoulder, and say, Iskoros, thy left shoulder, and say, Eucharistos. Then clasp thine hands, locking the fingers, and cry, I-A-O. Advance to the east. Imagine strongly a pentagram, right in thy forehead. Drawing the hands to the eyes, fling it forth, making the sign of Horus, and roar, Chaos! Retire thine hand in the sign of Hor-Pa-Krat. Go round to the north and repeat, but scream, Babylon! Go round to the west and repeat, but say, Eros. Go round to the south and repeat, but bellow, Psyche. Completing the circle Widdershins, retire to the center, and raise thy voice in the Paean with these words, Iopan, with the sign of N-O-X. Extend the arms in the form of a towel, and say, low but clear,